I'm super excited because I have Sarah
Barnes-Humphrey,
right? How she's inspiring hundreds of thousands of people, especially women in supply chain.
I decided to start a podcast. And so tongue-in-cheek, we called it Two Babes Talk Supply Chain. And then my dad closed his doors and I was out on my butt. No co-host, no team, no job, no nothing.
You appeared in BBC and all that.
I have been in BBC twice.
Which is great, right? You should do that.
They liked it.
They liked it.
Hopefully they're going to ask me back.
Again.
People in supply chain need to know about it. I mean, they get speaking engagements,
Yes.
right? And they want to know how they're going to get there.
We have a secret to reveal. Remember the word secret. It's coming at the end. This video is brought to you by us, SCMDOJO. We provide awesome courses, guides, best practices for supply chain community. Hi folks, welcome to one more episode of the Supply Chain Show. You can see from my voice, I'm super excited because I have Sarah Barnes-Humphrey, right? Why am I? I was actually in Cancun, right, for an event of C12, and I came to see my mates, and I asked Sarah, you're gonna find like 20 minutes for me, and she's here, all in one piece. And now we're going to talk about the journey of Sarah, journey about Let's Talk Supply Chain, how she's inspiring hundreds of thousands of people, especially women in supply chain, and we have a secret to reveal. Remember the word secret. It's coming at the end. So welcome to the show. Thank you for finding that time. It's been a pleasure to see you.
Yes.
Right, in person.
Finally, we get to meet,
exactly.
Right? We only got a chance to speak only a few months ago.
Yes.
But we've been following each other for a very, very long time. And now we get to meet in person.
Great.
In my hometown.
In your, exactly. Not even in Dubai. Not even in Dubai.
I didn't have to travel or anything. I had to drive 30 minutes.
That's right. No, again, Sarah, you've been inspiring. I think you're appearing on BBC. Especially your work in women in supply chain is fascinating.
Thank you.
So just start. I remember you posted something about how you have rebranded, and that post gone up to I think zillions of people, right?
Yes.
And I think we start from that story. So start from that.
Okay. So I've been in logistics and supply chain for, 25 years. My dad owned a freight forwarding company, and so I worked my way up from reception all the way to director of sales and marketing. 8 years of operations, 8 years of sales. And
which is very unique, commercial and operations.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So I learned a lot. I also joined the Forum for International Trade Training out of Ottawa. I've been on their board for a number of years, and I got that certification. So I really understood both sides of the equation. But when I was in sales, I was director of sales and marketing, I decided to start a podcast because why not? I asked a gentleman from my customs department to join me as my co-host, and he said yes.
Wow.
And so tongue-in-cheek, we called it Two Babes Talk Supply Chain.
Why you even come up with that name? Come on. Even now it's not that cool.
I mean, it kind of is. Do you know how many people on that post was like, can you please go back and name your podcast Two Babes Talk Supply Chain?
And
so,
the second person was not a babe, or was it?
He was a guy. That's why it was funny.
Okay.
That's why it was funny, right? So
imagining calling my podcast babe of supply chain, it won't work. I'm just kidding.
So, I only did that because I wanted to see how far I could push the industry. Like 2016, marketing and supply chain.
Yeah.
Left a lot to be desired. So anyways, we started this podcast. One night we had 1,000 downloads overnight.
Wow.
It just sort of exploded. And then my dad closed his doors and I was out on my butt. No co-host, no team, no job, no nothing. But I had this podcast and they were paying to come on the show.
Right.
So I kept it going and I started the Woman in Supply Chain series because I wanted to hear their stories.
Yeah.
But by April 2018, no women would come on a show called Two Babes Talk Supply Chain.
Yes.
So I rebranded it to Let's Talk Supply Chain. The rest is history.
The rest is history. And which I think Let's Talk Supply Chain has, last I checked, you have more than 65,000 followers on your page.
On our LinkedIn page.
Yeah, LinkedIn page, right? Which I think is probably the most followed supply chain LinkedIn page. I think
maybe. So. I don't actually know. I think there's some that have a little bit more.
No, not the podcast page.
Not
in
the podcast
page,
okay,
right?
Gotcha.
And I think you appeared in BBC and all that.
I have been in BBC twice.
Which is great, right? You should do
They
that.
liked it.
They
so
liked it.
hopefully they're going to ask me back.
Again. No, but okay. So what is the mission and vision of Let's Talk Supply Chain?
Mhm.
And I see you, of course, it's a commercial business, right?
Mhm.
To appear on it, there is a commercial element on it, of it. So let's explain the value proposition to your potential customers.
To my potential customers or
Yeah.
to the audience? So,
All the audience, both.
because I think for the audience, the podcast itself, not only do we have the Woman in Supply Chain series,
Yeah.
but we have companies that are coming on the show. And they're talking about who they are, what they do, real life examples of how they help their customer, ideal client, everything that you would need to know to see if a vendor is right to solve your supply chain challenge. And that's the whole point. Where do you go to figure out what vendor on the market is right for you?
Yeah.
Well, they go to the company's LinkedIn page, and then
Yeah.
they come to Let's Talk Supply Chain to see and listen on their own time as to whether they're a right fit or not.
Okay, that's great.
Mhm.
So Let's Talk Supply Chain is the main brand. You got
Yes.
some merch going on. By the way,
I've got a couple other brands.
yeah. Okay, what are they?
So we've got Blended, which is a podcast. It's my
Cool.
second podcast. It's about diversity and inclusion in the workplace.
Yeah.
And then I have a nonprofit called the Blended Pledge. And we give away grants to cover travel expenses so diverse voices can say yes to speaking engagements.
That's great. But that's for anybody.
Yeah.
Not just supply chain.
Not just supply chain, no.
All right, cool. So
But people in supply chain need to know about it. I mean, they get speaking engagements, right?
Yes.
And they want to know how they're going to get there.
they go, okay, great. And I saw on your website you sell merch as well.
I do so much.
There's
Yes.
SCMDOJO is going to launch some merch, but it's not going to be. It's going to be all sexy and funny. Watch, it's coming soon. I'm just dropping that in.
Okay.
And that is the one of the shirt he's wearing. A day in supply chain with emojis and everything. Right. So that is great. So we are now officially collaborating
Yes, we are.
on a very, very interesting project,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Which is the Secret Society of Supply Chain.
Mhm.
What the Secret Society means, you have to be, of course, it's not so secret, of course, but there is a secrecy part of it. So rather than me explaining, Sarah can explain. Please do it.
Yeah, so the Secret Society of Supply Chain, we've always been about the community. So these are membership-based communities, and there is a community for everybody in supply chain. And so one is going to have exclusive content and exclusive access to content like yours, which is incredible, and we're going to have exclusive discounts so you can go and take some of the other courses and content that you've created, which is amazing. We've got a Woman in Supply Chain monthly meetup, and then we've also got a monthly meetup for marketing professionals in supply chain. And the reason why we did that, we found some gaps in the industry of what we wanted to do and how we wanted to bring the community together. And we wanted a way to do it so that everybody could participate and grow and learn and network together.
That's great.
So that's what we did.
And so how people gonna, so when it's launching, because it's not launched yet.
Well,
right?
we've launched a landing page with a quiz. So what happens is you go and take the quiz, and we actually tell you which group is right for you, and you go on the waiting list. And we only have limited spots. And so once we launch, we're only going to have limited spots once we launch, which is in a couple of weeks.
It's a scarcity driven. It's like a Rolex.
And
it's like a Rolex, right? You have to wait for 200 years to get in, right?
Well, it won't be quite that long. But we are going to do some really cool giveaways. So we've got custom Nike Air Force Ones.
Okay.
We're going to give away 10 pairs to the first 100 people who sign up for an annual membership.
Man.
On the supply chainers group that you're a part of.
Okay, that's great. So I'm gonna sign up. I won't get it because I'm a provider. No, it's a great model. It gives it opportunity for people to sign up and become a part of the Secret Society, because I think there's a lot of communities, but I think the community which is engaging and providing value is not many, right? And I think it sounds like Secret Society definitely one, and we are very proud and happy
we're
be
so
part
excited.
of it, right? And then I think the idea is to keep the content fresh and change it every 3 to 6 months, which we have pledged and agreed commercially as well. I think this video is a part of our collaboration, because we said we want to give a shout out to the Secret Society. I'm probably going to name this podcast as What is Secret Society of Supply Chain with your picture. I'm sure it's going to get 200 million views or something. Right? Okay.
Yes.
Let's do that. that.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here
So
first.
if it doesn't, go and message it.
No. It's going to be great. So,
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, just to keep it short and sweet. First of all, it's been a pleasure seeing you. You
Yeah.
have a great energy, right?
Thank
Which
you.
come across in your
You
podcast
too.
as well.
Mhm.
And we are happy to be. You have you in supply chain. You could be a marketing person. We never have this opportunity
Right.
to benefit. And what you're doing for the blended, the women in supply
Thank
chain,
you.
and you know all this elastic supply chain. I think it's a great energy. We all need that.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
for onwards and upwards. Any final thoughts for the folks?
Yes, and thank you for what you're doing with SCMDOJO. And I want to just reiterate how exciting this collaboration is, because we talk about competition, but
Yeah.
I'm all about collaboration.
Yes.
And if there's a way for like influencers like us,
Yes.
people in this space to collaborate and make sure that we are lifting each other up,
Yes.
you know, we really need to do it. So
Absolutely.
I'm so excited that you're a part of this with us. So excited that we can meet in person. And thank
Absolutely.
you for what you contribute to the industry too.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Yes.
See you guys. Ciao. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.